Greetings, MIGeekScene. I'm the vegan black metal chef.
Well, all right, folks, we're just getting started with this interview. I'm here with Brian Manowitz, a.k.a. the Vegan Black Metal Chef. Brian, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic.
Well, thank you for granting this interview with me. I really appreciate it because I was really looking forward to doing this.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, well, Brian, we're getting right into this. Let's talk about your show. What is the Vegan Black Metal Show all about?
So the Vegan Black Metal Chef, for those unfamiliar with it, is a vegan cooking show on the internet. And it's a cooking show, but there's not really any talking in it. And I write my own soundtrack to the episodes, and the lyrics to the songs are the recipes and what's going on. And it's all subtitled in case you don't speak metal.
And what inspired this, sir?
So I've been vegan for about 17 years now. And when I first started this about 6 years ago, I think I live a very doable form of veganism to the masses. It's not very expensive, it's not that difficult to make, and it's really good. So kind of three things that people think veganism isn't. And I wanted to show the world this somehow, and regular cooking shows kind of bore me and put me to sleep. So I just combined my passions for making music and black metal music in particular, and the vegan cooking, and made the cooking show I wanted to see.
All right, I mean, before you came along, I had noticed another person was doing something similar called the Just Metal Chef. Now, was your show partially inspired by his? The only reason why I say that, the difference between you two, should I say, is you write your own music, and he just threw together random songs in the background. But
actually, I saw that after I did my show. I got linked to his. I did see one other show that was a vegan metal cooking show thing before myself, but it was more like sketches and sort of like little skits where this one guy kind of it was either Vegan Heavy Metal Kitchen or something.
There was a dude, I think, Korgoth the Barbarian, that I remember back in the day, and he went out to go get some ingredients from the cavernous winterlands, and then Call of the Winter Moon was playing in the background.
Oh, yeah, no. I did see that, but I saw that after I made mine. Actually, I wasn't even much. I thought YouTube was actually a dumb idea before I really started things, and I've been wrong about many things in my life, and that was one of them.
Well, looking at your videos, how long did it take you to customize your kitchen, especially that oven with the skulls all over it?
It takes a long time, actually. It's that took easily half a month of working on things, pretty consistently.
You don't tear it down after each show?
No, that stays up. It's the kitchen I've always wanted anyways, so.
All right, and with your corpse paint, was it designed on anything in particular?
Nothing particular. I played in a few bands in Florida, and one of them was called Fields of Glass. And
I did check that out. You were on keyboards for that.
Yeah, exactly. And we started doing some face paint for that, and I just started sort of following the lines in my face. And so as you watch from the first episode to the 21st episode, you'll see the makeup improve.
Yeah, it has changed over time. I mean, obviously you were going for your own design instead of like a buff from Immortal.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
And old school Isan, he kind of had like little things off to the side. I remember that from Emperor for the metal folks out there. All right, we'll go on to the next question. What drew you to black metal after your initial aversion to keyboards in your metal?
Actually, so I wasn't always into black metal. Started into black metal a little bit late, actually, kind of my in college. I grew up listening to of course, the thrash greats, Metallica, Pantera, Slayer, King Diamond.
Old school Sepultura?
Oh, yeah, of course. Old school
Rise.
Sepultura. Yeah, absolutely. And so when I first heard, I think my first introduction to black metal was Spiritual Black Dimensions from Dimmu Borgir.
Okay.
And when I heard that, I was like, why the hell, what the hell are these keyboards doing in my metal? And then the next couple days or so, I was like, well, I want to hear that again. And then got really into it. And then when I heard the song In Death's Embrace by Dimmu Borgir, I was like, whoa, piano can actually be really heavy. And so that's what inspired me actually to start learning keyboards.
Okay. Favorite black metal albums? I know it's a generic question, but...
Oh, man. I mean, well, probably... My favorite one would have to be Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia
by Dimmu Borgir.
Dimmu Borgir. That has probably the most crushing production of any black metal album ever made.
I remember
And-
Puritania from that
Yeah,
very
yeah.
short song.
Well, and that was a very different song from some of the other stuff, but also very cool. Like that was also some of their experimental into industrial aspects and.
Didn't they have an album called Stormblast?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was their second one.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember hearing that back in the day, but nothing's standing out to me. Personally, like my favorite Black. Well, we actually share a. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The original recording of Stormblast kind of sounded like static and bullcrap, and then they re-recorded it with modern production, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Are you saying static and bullcrap, or the original, as they would like to say, necro sound?
It is the necro sound, but yeah.
Well, we share a common interest and a common love for the band Emperor.
Yes.
Favorite Emperor albums and/or songs?
Anthem to the Welkins at Dusk.
I am at a toss-up
Hands
between
down.
that and In the Night Side Eclipse.
Oh yeah,
But I am leaning more towards Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk.
I saw them play the entirety of Anthems at Wacken this last year.
Yeah, I'm very, very jealous of you for that.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
I mean, I would love to see that Emperor, or just even seeing Asan do his solo stuff would be just a dream band to see. That's a bucket list thing for me to do.
Oh yeah.
Have you been able to meet Asan?
I have not.
Thoughts on his solo prog work?
I really like it. It sounds awesome. It's definitely semi-Opeth inspired, but like
especially on Healer with Michael Ackerfeld.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's awesome. He does an incredible job with it.
You know, the one album that he decided to, it wasn't necessarily fully on metal, but I want to, forgive me folks for mispronouncing it, I want to say Das Seelenbrechen, where he just decided to just go with whims and just create songs, not necessarily with the metal structure. And there was this song called M, and like the first Pink Floyd type riff that hit, I was blown away by that. And I was like,
Absolutely.
Wow, this is great. I mean, like I mentioned, I would love to meet that dude and just go check out any of his concerts.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Besides black metal, favorite metal albums?
Favorite
Or
metal
bands?
albums, man. Kill 'Em All from Metallica. Absolutely love that album. And I mean, man, we could go on and on and on with the list, but so many Slayer albums, but like even from Show No Mercy. I mean, Show No Mercy is still incredible. It still holds its own today, and but yeah. I mean, we could go on forever with just favorite albums.
What albums are you currently listening to now?
What albums am I
Like-
currently listening
Like new
to?
albums.
New albums. Actually, there's a local band from LA that called Empyrean Throne.
Okay.
That is just made an album, and it is drop dead amazing. Very Dimmu inspired, but like the production on it is absolutely fantastic. Produced by a guy named Mick Kenny, I believe, who also did the latest Dawn of Ashes album, which was really good. The Theophany.
Okay.
And also Merker stuff. I've been listening to a lot of Merker stuff recently.
Yeah. I don't know what the name of this. I think it's Haven, the name of the song. I mean, it starts out with like her humming, and then it just goes into.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I know we both. I mean, it's kind of hard to illustrate that, but I thought that was a pretty cool song. I mean, like, just gave me chills. And
Sure.
I mean,
Her voice is like absolutely mind blowing.
has she released her second album?
Yeah. I think there's a set. I think she just released a third album, like
Okay.
including the original sort of demo album.
All right. Favorite concerts you've been to?
Man. This last year I did some cooking demonstrations at Wacken, so I was able to go out there to Germany, and that
I'm so jealous of
that
you.
it, like people in the States have no idea. Like I thought there were big festivals here, and there's nothing. It's like
Inferno.
yeah.
Hellfest.
Yeah, it's like Ozfest and things are tiny in comparison.
Maryland Death Fest, we have that.
Yeah. I mean Maryland Death Fest, but even everything is about 100,000 people in Wacken, Germany.
It must have been mind blowing.
Yeah,
to
it
just
was
experience
it,
that.
it was mind blowing. Absolutely.
All right, bucket list bands that you would like to see.
I would love to see Sean Solo stuff. What other bucket list bands? I've seen quite a few of my bucket list bands, but ones yet to see. I would like to see Merker, and man, I have no idea. Otherwise, I mean, I've seen a lot of the bands that.
That's very admirable.
Actually, well, I mean, I haven't seen Immortal actually.
Okay, I would definitely would love to see Immortal.
I didn't catch Abath when he came around this last time with the solo stuff.
Are we talking about like I?
Well, no. He has a new
Yes, that's
Abath
right.
project. I would love to see Immortal and I, like him play Immortal and I stuff. I know he plays some a little bit of each in his own shows, but yeah, I'd love to see just an Immortal and I set. I'm a huge I fan as well.
All right. Well, I mean, with Icedale, I was fortunate enough to see Enslaved a few years back down in Detroit.
Oh,
So,
nice.
They ended their set with I want to say Fenrir
Oh,
off
okay.
of the Frost album.
Okay.
All right. So on to the next question. Let's talk about your band Forever Dawn.
Sure. So I have one album with that right now, and I'm writing the second album.
Oh, we'll get to that,
as
sir.
we speak. And yeah, it's kind of my take on like symphonic industrial black metal stuff.
So what were the lyrical inspirations behind the songs on the long journey home?
So a lot of that. Some things are sort of political, social, and religious commentary, and then a lot of it is sort of like it's kind of I guess mystic lyrics in a sense, and kind of and talking about sort of spiritual experiences and sort of the mystic experience in general.
Okay. Were there any musical influences behind this album for you, especially like with industrial?
Oh man, nothing comes from nowhere, but like, was there anything that it was just sort of based off of? Not really.
Okay.
But I mean, nothing comes from nowhere. So I mean, I listen to a lot of industrial music as well, and I mean, of course, you're going to hear influences of Dimmu, Immortal, Emperor. I would say like definitely aspects of other industrial bands that I like, Cyclone 9, Vumpscott, several others.
Okay. Actually, before I go on to the next question, so obviously you've grown to like keyboards and stuff, and you
Yeah.
like Hassan stuff. Have you ever checked out the Somnium album from Thou Shalt Suffer from back in the day?
No, I
One
haven't.
of Hassan's older bands with Samoth in it, and they released a death/black metal album, but then Hassan, under Thou Shalt Suffer, released a completely keyboard-driven album called Somnium.
I've never even heard of that. I'll totally check that out.
Oh, I would highly recommend that. I forgot
Yeah.
to bring that up earlier, but I'm glad I was able to get that out.
Yeah, totally.
Back to your album, I did enjoy the title track and Blood for the Blood Gods.
Yeah,
So-
thank you. That Blood for the Blood God, I guess, lyrically inspired by the Book of Leviticus. So.
Okay. What are the lyrical themes for the upcoming album? Is it going to be more along the lines of the same?
A mixture of things. Like this next album is going to be, I guess, maybe a little more depressive in a sense, because I guess I've been through a lot of like kind of ups and downs in my life since then, and so it's gonna have possibly darker themes, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, is that a cathartic release for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Being a musician in general is kind of a huge mixture of elation and depression, and especially, I mean, you get elated when you're creating something, and this goes true for every artist of any kind of thing. You get elated when you are making something, and then when you finally bring it from that concept that came out of the void through your mind, through everything, and it becomes this thing in physical reality. It goes through all the imperfect filters along the way, and so it never comes out, and it's in its sort of perfect state that you imagine it, and that's sort of our refinement as artists and as people in general. That as we create things to refine our physical and mental forms to kind of bring forth our creations in a more perfect way, and how we see them.
Okay. We're going to segue into something a little bit different. Since we're at a Comic-Con, do you have any geek interest?
Yeah, actually, I grew up as a total geek, and I mean, I almost don't have any geek cred anymore because the geek things have become so segregated and so so large now that but I grew up playing Magic cards. I grew up in game stores. I grew up collecting comics, playing D&D and all sorts of other things like that. Watching anime.
Nice.
But yeah, and conventions back in the day, I used to go to a lot of conventions, and it was more a mixture of like horror, gaming, sci-fi, anime, which that's what it seems to be. At least this one is. Maybe the population hasn't grown enough here, but in Los Angeles and other places, the cons are like just anime or
we have our fair share of that. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a big anime con that's going to see about close to 20,000 people in 2 weeks
Oh,
down
yeah.
in Detroit. I mean, that one's insane.
I think I like the mixtures more though, because when you get bored with one thing, you can kind of go to another.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, I mean, since you liked anime, what series, impromptu question, what series did you like?
Oh man, well, one of my favorite old series was Ranma 1/2.
Oh, by Rumiko Takahashi.
Yeah. that was absolutely fantastic. More recently, Attack on Titan has been ridiculously addictive. And
You know, one of the voice actors is here from Attack on Titan.
oh really?
Yeah, Mike McFarlane. His booth is over there.
Oh wow, awesome! I'll definitely have to check that out.
Oh yeah, Attack on Titan. Have you made it through season 2?
No, I have not.
So you're still in season 1?
Still in season 1.
Will not spoil it, but man, like I heard about the show, checked out 3 episodes, bought into the hype, bought the series, and I'm like, wow. I tell people who've not got into it, it's like, don't get attached to people because it's not going to end well for them.
I mean, you can stay up till 5 in the morning watching them. Your eyes will be half tired, and you'll be like, yeah, I can do one more episode.
Oh, for sure. Attack on Titan's a great anime, and it's a good dub, too. I'm not one of those people like, oh, subbed versus dubbed. I just like the material.
Sure.
Now, you mentioned earlier, like, comic stuff. You worked in a comic shop while you were in high school. Did you have any favorite comic series? I
really liked The Tick, actually, a lot. And I mean, the X-Men stuff, I was a huge fan of. And yeah, I guess several.
Did
like
you ever
that.
get into the indie comics like Transmetropolitan by Warren Ellis, Fables by Bill Willingham?
I think that was a little bit after I started getting out of comics.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Like The Crow by James O'Barr as well?
I never actually liked The Crow. I didn't. I only saw the movie, but I didn't love the. I think I'm the only goth metalhead person that didn't like The Crow.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, how dare you not like The Crow, oh, man? Like, interview over, just chuck the mic and just run off crying. No, it's not gonna be that. So we're gonna go back into your stuff. Let's talk about the Satanic Spellbook.
Absolutely. So this is my cookbook, the Satanic Spellbook. You can see it's a full-color cookbook, separated by bastardized ethnic categories like Asian, Euro-American, Hispanic and Latino, Middle Eastern, Italian. There are pictures of every step along the way while you're making something, so that you can look down and see what you're cooking and see if it looks like what the pictures look like. And there's also a QR code that you can scan with everything in the book, and it'll bring up a video of how to make whatever it is that you're making.
Nice.
And it's a whole separate YouTube channel that is hidden for the book and the Patreon.
For the Patreon page. How's your cooking show coming along?
It's coming along. I'm organizing special guests now for the rest of the second season, and we got hopefully some cool surprises with that. I'm going to be having a special guest on every episode that I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be making some more vlog episodes starting when I get back to LA in about a month or so. And yeah, it's going to be coming along with the third season. Coming along quite well.
All right, as we're wrapping this up, if people wanted to find out more about you online, where could they go?
veganblackmetalchef.com.
All right, and final question. What would you like to say to your fans throughout the years?
Thank you for sticking with me. Holy crap, I can't believe, I'm absolutely humbled and honored that people still even give a damn. And that's just really cool. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well, folks, this is Joe from MIGeekScene at the Grand Rapids Comic Con with the Vegan Black Metal Chef. Take it easy.